Alright, I'm back for vlog number 5, and today we're going to be cooking the less superior to waffles, pancakes. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm not actually going to be telling you guys how to make pancakes because it's, nobody wants to make pancakes, let's be real. But I am going to be making pancakes to start off the day. Just want to kind of talk to you about what's been going on the past few days. So you can tell by the title, HitmonScott bought a brand new car. So, in my first vlog, I went to get my MVI done. And turns out my car, my beautiful 2004 Chevy Cavalier, ended up being basically dead. So everything was broken and things weren't working and it failed the MVI something fierce. So I ended up needing to have to go and buy a new car. So the first car I went to test drive, well I consider it a test drive, was my girlfriend's brother's Honda Civic. Now I drove that back a couple months ago when I was bringing my bike home. He drove the bike home and I drove his Honda Civic. It was a nice car. And, it felt good, everything looked good, it was a beautiful car, the price wasn't too bad, so that was the first kind of one I was kind of keeping in mind. The second car I was looking at was a Toyota Corolla SE 2017. Those cars, I tell you guys, are absolutely gorgeous. And then the third car I was looking at was a 2018 Hyundai Elantra GL. Once again, beautiful, beautiful car. Good price, everything looked great on it. So I'm not going to tell you guys right now what I got. My family knows, my girlfriend knows. I think that's about it for who knows what kind of car I'm getting. But I will be doing a car reveal on the channel whenever it comes in. The car is so new. I was originally looking for a 2017 car. And when I looked at the 2017s, the dealership that I went to was actually like, well, for an extra I don't know, I think it was like $1,000 or something. It really wasn't that much over, a 60-year finance. They were for an extra $1,000, you basically get the 2018 on top of these upgrades for whatever car you're looking at. I was like, oh, seriously? Alright, well then, I guess I'm going with the 2018 model for that little of a price difference. It was literally like a few dollars extra a month for payments. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So, the 2018 car is not even off the boat yet. I test drove the car identical to it on the lot that I went to, or it might be the Civic that I test drove for my girlfriend's brother. But whatever car it is, it hasn't even gotten off the boat yet. It's still on its way here, it hasn't even reached land. So when it comes here, it's going to roll off with 0 kilometers on it. It is going to be beautiful. Now I'll give you guys some advice on how to buy a new car. So, if you're going to buy a used car, if you're dead set, you don't have the money to finance, or you don't want to lease, you just want to buy a used car straight up, Kijiji is a great way to go. Kijiji is similar to Craigslist for Americans. I'm pretty sure they're the same thing. Anyway, Kijiji up in Canada is great. You go online, you look what people have for sale, they have a price point that they want, and then you kind of just negotiate with them about how much you're actually going to pay. So you can go in there and look, and that's kind of the first thing if you're looking for a used car. You can find good used cars nowadays for $4,000 to $5,000 that are only about 8 years old. They run great. It's really not that expensive if you're looking for a car, right? $5,000 is a lot of money. But when you're looking at spending on a car, it's really not too bad. You're going to get your return in quality, right? If you buy a $1,000 car from 20 years ago, it's probably going to have a lot of issues that you're going to have to fix. But if you buy a good, reliable car, like my 04 Cavalier, we bought it, it was 8 years old. I don't know how much we paid, I think it was like $4,000 or something. But it got me through 5 years with basically no issues. It was a great car to use for my first car. I'll flip the pancakes here. It was a little raw. So, pay for quality. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. Don't skimp on the money. If you don't have it, you know what? There are payment plans. So you can go, in that case, to a used car dealer and you can talk to them about making payments on it, financing the car. You can get trade-in value for your old car. So the biggest thing is look around. So make sure you look around to all different places, what kind of cars you want, and get out there and test drive. That was my biggest problem, was I thought, after I drove the first car, I was like, oh yeah, this is the one I want, I'm dead set, that's great. And, you know, it wasn't. After I got out and test drove a few more cars, I was like, you know what? I don't know what I want. I really had to look and think of it and contact my insurance agency, look at the insurance prices, and that came into effect. I really looked at what everything was going to cost me net, and cost was a big thing. So that's the first thing, is talking about what kind of car you want. Get out there, test drive, and see what feels right for you. Everybody enjoys different cars. Yeah, so you just gotta find out what's right for you. Now, these pancakes are almost done. I know there's not as good as waffles as we discussed, but you know what? When your waffle maker's broken, you gotta do what you gotta do, what you gotta do. But that is basically the process of how to figure out what kind of car that you guys want to get. So that is basically how you go about, a bit of a change of scenery. So that is basically how you guys go about kind of picking what car you want to get. Now, here's the tough part. Actually going to the dealership, talking to them, and getting them to give you the price you want for the car that you want. Because, yeah, that's kind of an issue. Now, dealerships will always do whatever they want, or whatever they can, to make as much money as possible. Oh, there's a car coming. Watch out for cars, kids. They'll do whatever they can to make as much profit as they possibly can. Because that's their job. They make money on commission, they make money on sales. That's what they do. That's what these salespeople are there for. They're not there to be your friend. Now, that being said, they will act very friendly because they're very personal people, and they know what they need to say in order to get you to buy their car. Now, here's some tips from dealing with salesmen. Try to play them against each other. Now, what I mean by that is not like, don't lie per se, but like talk about, how can I phrase this? Okay, prime example, I went to one place and was like, so here's what I'm looking at. And I told them I was looking at this other kind of car. I went into the Hyundai place and I told them I was looking at the Corolla. And immediately she was asking me like how I compared this car to the Corolla. She's like, oh, do you like this one more? What do you like differently? And I didn't tell her. I was like, you know what? I'm not sure yet. I really don't know how I feel. Really trying to get her to convince me one way or the other, right? Oh, they're just throwing newspapers. Really trying to convince me one way or the other of which car I should go with and why I should choose her brand. Now, when it comes down to prices, obviously they can look up the prices, but they won't. They'll kind of take your word for it. So I was like, oh yeah, here's what they're offering me. You know, I kind of want to get a little lower. So they'll offer you that little bit lower price just to get you to come with them. So that's a good way to kind of haggle down a little bit on price. Now, price isn't everything. That's what you need to know. Oh, there's cops. I wonder what they're doing up there. They're sitting like not right behind my bike, but they're there and Nala's there, and that makes me a little nervous. I don't know why. First gut instinct, so that makes me nervous. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, cops are your friends, kids. Remember that. Cops are not there to scare you. Cops are there to protect you and help you. Oh, they're just talking to someone. Okay, cool. That's what they're just chilling. Good cops. Yeah, so try to get them to play against each other. So they'll sweeten the deal a little bit. And one thing, okay, it's not all about money. Remember that. When you're trying to buy a car, think about what comes with the car. I don't mean... Thank you. Thank you. And by that, I don't mean like what actually comes inside the car for accessories and Bluetooth and heated everything. What I mean is, what are they going to give you that will physically help the car? For instance, I ensured that they gave me steel rims with winter tires. Because winter's coming up, Canada gets really cold and really slippery, and I'm going to need winter tires. And the girl immediately looked at me. Oh, my bike is all wet again. Oh, that's always depressing. The girl immediately looked at me and was like, we can't just throw those in because that's like $1,000. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm well aware of that being $1,000. But, you know, winter's coming up and I need those tires. So I was like, what can we do here? Can I meet you halfway? So went up to deal with, she went up to her manager, came back, and was like, okay, I can give you the tires, not on rims. I was like, well, what if I pay for the rims, you guys pay for the tires, and you just put them on for me? And she was like, yeah, that works. That's a good compromise. So meet each other in the middle, makes life a lot easier. The big things that you guys want to look for when getting a new car, the things you want to ask the dealership for that they can throw in for you is, number one, my helmet hand here, number one, winter tires are a must. If you're anywhere that gets any kind of snow or gets below 7 degrees Celsius, that's the key number, 7 degrees Celsius. If it gets lower than that, you want winter tires on. So ask for winter tires on rims. Usually you'll split the cost with them like I did. Like I told you, I paid for the rims, they paid for the tires, and you get the better end of deal on that. Another thing is undercoating on your car. If you're getting a brand new car, get it undercoated. Absolutely worth it, helps maintain its value, prevents any rust. The car will last for years longer if you keep the undercoating up. And the third thing that I didn't get with the car that I got is mats. I didn't get undercoating either because I was stupid and forgot it. But try to get weathered mats. They would not throw them in for me, unfortunately. But weathered mats are definitely help. They keep the car in good condition on the inside, help prevent the grime and stuff getting on the floor of the car and seeping in, get everything wet and ruined. And yeah, it's nice to have. It's something they can throw in for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little vlog here. I'm about to get to work, about to cross this dangerous street once again. There's a bug in my eye. And always look both ways, make sure nothing's coming. So hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, make sure to show some love to that like button down below, and subscribe so you don't miss a video. And hit that bell button, I guess, to come part of that notification squad, you know? Alright guys, keep on kicking this HitmonScott. Peace out.